Welcome back to another episode. Fun fact about the last one, my sodium and iris, which is what I use for shaders and performance, both broke yesterday. Like my last time filming, both were just not working last recording. So because of that, a lot of it was weird. However, it's fixed now. Speaking of now, I have been quite busy. I've been gathering materials, building and test worlds, and doing what the main thing is for today's episode. You see, I realized the dreadfulness of the fact that we have to get into villagers. So I started it a bit. These are our boys. They sell stuff. Look at him. Look at him. He's a little salesman. He gives me items. So I have a tiny bit of a start. This one's the biggest one. Now, if you're wondering what the green and red is, like the green and or like the red, these are training loops. So if I had here, I'll show you, hold on. Also, luckily this thing is still working, so that's good. But if I go over here and I grab some iron, so now that I have the iron, if I click U, now this is a global trade. It will pretty much save all the markers for these trades from these villagers, exactly. And this is an individual, so if you just want this villager to trade you a lot of that item. So instead of me having to go through and like click space, which is what you normally do for fast trading, what I can do instead is just hit the trade button. And now he's traded me all he can. And now he's traded me all he can. It's really nice when you're doing a lot of trading like we will have to in this world. And speaking of trading, that is pretty much what this episode is about. There's a tiny bit of build stuff I want to do, but it's mainly building and trading. And the first thing we're going to work on is dead. 2 seconds. Is this? No, this isn't finished. I just wanted to actually explain how this mod works a bit better, because I tried to do it last episode, but I was pretty shit at it. So what I'm currently using is a mod called Lightmatica. It is pretty much a way to transfer creative mod or creative builds into a survival world, or just into other worlds. Say you build something in survival and you want to copy and paste that design. Well, this will let you do it by literally grabbing it and putting it into this world. So I have a material list here of all the items for this thing. So it'll tell me exactly what I need to collect. And now those are all in this chest. That took me way too long to get, but that's a different story. I currently have a mode called layer building, but there are other versions of it. There's all above, all, single layer, range layer, all below, which is what I'm currently using. And what I usually use, because that'll let you do this nice pattern when building. It looks really good for time lapses, which is the best for me, but also it's just better for survival in my opinion, because it's easier to climb up. Speaking of climbing up, I didn't get scaffolding. 2 seconds. Okay, now that we have scaffolding, we can actually get ready to start building. Now this layer is mainly going to need wood, cobblestone, and stone brick, so I can literally just pre-grab that. However, I usually try to throw as many things as I can into my inventory when I'm building, because you truly never know. Like, I build with so many blocks these days, I don't know what I'm gonna get or need, so I try to throw all of them in my inventory as I can. In fact, let me just do this for now. Let's do a bit of like that. There we go. It's good enough for now. So how I usually build and how I see most people use this mod is by turning on something called Easy Place. Easy Place will read the block that you're about to place in the schematic and just do it for you when you hit right click. So instead of you having to middle click to it, which is what you can do, middle click on your mouse and then place it down, this just does the middle click part for you. It also will angle for you even if you're not facing that way, at least in survival and in single player. If you're doing this on a server, because they can work for some servers, but don't normally recommend it unless everyone's like okay with it, because this is seen as cheaty to some people, and like I can see why. It speeds up the building process so much. But if you are playing in a world that doesn't have it installed, or on a server that doesn't have it installed, then you actually have to manually aim yourself to place that. It's a really weird mod to explain, and honestly the menu is a headache to get through. You want to change any configuration, it it's so much to look through. So it's a really complicated mod to get into, but when you get into it, it's so useful. As you can see, I can get a build done after getting the resources pretty quickly because I actually know what I want. I took the time in creative to make what I want and bring it here. Weirdly enough, I honestly see it more as I didn't get these because they're not important. I see this thing more as the blueprints from Factorio than anything else. The blueprints are just a way to like pretty much copy and paste things you've already made in the game. And in a factory sim like Factorio, that's pretty damn important because that's like all you're doing sometimes. Also, the indicators here, probably should have explained them. So red means that this isn't supposed to go there. It's just waxed in the actual version. And then purple means it's not supposed to be there originally, but it's there now. It's not in the way of any block that needs to go there. Blue means that it's the place to put it. And I think yellow means that it's there, but there's like it's the right block, but it's not exactly right. I'm hoping I explained that right. So I will pretty much be following this to a T, and I usually do for most of my builds, unless I don't add interior first. Now, if I don't have interior first, I usually go through and build it in the world. Oh, hold on. Yeah, so this is what I mean when I mean yellow. If the block is glowing yellow, that means that it's the right block, it's just not done exactly right. Like how the fence needed 2 bars sticking out. That's really nice sometimes, and then sometimes it can just be annoying, depending on if you just don't care about the direction of things. But for here, it does kind of matter because you want both fences connected to the edge. And it was at this exact moment I realized I didn't really explain what we're doing. So what we're making here is a villager breeding station, or a villager farm, as I called it in the schematic. This is going to be our place that we pretty much go to get villagers to fill up places that we'll be making after this, probably in a time lapse, because I'm going to need to make a few of those. Actually, I kind of want to make them later. I don't know. I'll play that one by ear. Either way, we have a lot of stuff to do with villagers, and we need a lot of villagers. So, to combat that, we realize we have no slabs. The reason I wanted to explain this mod in the first half of this episode is because this is what like 90% of our builds are going to bank on. If we build something, it will probably be using this, and it'll very rarely be free-handed. I really prefer building with this mod. I think personally has made me a better builder overall, mainly because it gives me the time to actually like plan out what I want. And I can still go through and make little changes when I realize it's not what I wanted. Like I originally wanted these to stay orange, but I think it'd actually look nicer if they were oxidized, which is why they're how they are. The easy place is when you try to use something like doors or eat, it won't let you because you can't place anything there. It's a minute problem that does get in your way sometimes, I won't lie, and can be quite irritating. However, it just kind of is what it is. Just turn it off and on. It's not too bad. Also, for Lightmatica itself, I did not do that good of like going into like the depths of the mod. I will put a guy in the description who went into incredible detail and taught me everything I know about the mod for you to go watch yourself if you really want to start utilizing it in your own world. I highly recommend it if you want to get into it. It's a pretty complicated mod, all things considered, and I don't have carpet. I know where to get carpet. One sec. How the fuck? I will admit, the hardest part about this challenge for me so far isn't even like item management or whatever. Like, yeah, going without iron was pretty bad for a bit, I won't lie to you, but it's the fact that I just like I have no other building, like good building materials than I forgot the slabs. Anyways, like I was saying, it's the fact that I only have this kind of color scheme that's like really annoying to me. Because I prefer building with like spruce and dark oak, and the lack of it is really starting to get to me. Because like it feels like I'm going against everything I've known. I don't really build with oak often, and so I guess it's been like a fun challenge to like get used to it, you know? I'm seeing like what works, what blends well, what can I do to improve it, like all those kind of things. However, I am really just limited to like what I got here. It's made me think about the two combination a lot differently, because like this used to be my go-to combination of like stuff, I used to only do oak and stone. But like after I got like really into building styles, building palettes, I just kind of stopped. And it's been really weird to try to make it work because it feels too bright. I prefer like the darker colors of spruce and dark oak, which, by the way, if we don't get, I mean this, if we don't get a wandering trader this episode, I'm going into the code. I'm gonna go look to see where I fucked up. Because every time I look at it, it says we're fine, but dude, we should have statistically had at least like at least 20 of them. And so I'm starting to think that something broke it, and I don't know what. And that's scary, you know? When you want to play on a world for a long time and something that simple breaks it, like we can't get most of the shit we need without it. Also, it's done. This is literally how this works. It is just a really handy building mod that does a lot of the boring, busy work for you in a really nice way. And now we get to do something boring. I love doing boring things. The shield, hold on. There we go. So this is how we're gonna transfer mobs for the whole game. This looks so dumb. All right, I haven't tested this. Is this gonna hurt him? No. Wow. This is your new home, pal. That's not. I said. Oh shit. This is your new home. This makes mob transferring so much easier because minecarts are so fucking annoying. At least for this. We'll be using them for other reasons. There we go. Yeah. And so now what you do. Here, we'll explain this. We'll go into it for a second. How this works, it's not my design. It's a design that's been well entrusted. But since they have nowhere to go except the fence, when they sleep, because they have to sleep, they'll go back onto the hole, to the fence here, that will give a gap just enough for the baby villagers to fall through. Now, I could put something like honey or something there to keep them safe. In fact, I will. I actually don't like the idea of the baby villagers getting hurt. There we go. Okay, so now that that's done, and now they won't take damage when they fall, how this will work is we will throw mainly bread, but you can do other things, onto this. I'm pretty sure they can pick up. Yes, they will pick up, throw the bread between each other. I'll throw more bread if necessary. You want more bread? Greedy bitch. I have like a limited supply of this. When they, oh, there it goes. So they're gonna throw the bread between each other, do these little hearts. And the way that they can breed here is because they have 4 beds. It's enough beds for more villagers to spawn. And they'll fall down into this hole. If that was enough love hearts. Yes! Nice. So now we have this little fella. And pretty much we have to wait for them to grow. It takes 20 minutes. Thank you. This is why I have this mod. 20 minutes for this little guy to grow up. And then when he grows up, what we're gonna do is we're going to take him out. With the mod, we're gonna take him out, move him into these chambers with whatever item we need. Since he'll be an adult, it won't matter, but we will use whatever kind of table we're using for here. Say we're using bookshelves, like say we need book villagers, well then we'll put lectors. Say we need iron trades, well we'll do iron villagers. And we have 2 sides in case we're doing double or something. Working on one, waiting for them to reset their trades. We can quickly run over and do the other. And this will let us do our trading hall semi-efficiently, except I'm not doing a trading hall, I'm doing halls. I've made a building that can hold, if my math is correct, about 48 villagers. I don't need 48 villagers, but I'm gonna make it all of one type of villager. So each of these little cottage cabin things we're going to have around here will hold the right amount of villagers. However, I'm kind of done dealing with them right now. And we did just kind of get the main part of it done. A lot of the next part is just going to be busy time-lapse work later. And I know I'm going to need a lot of stone. So I want to move our attention away because we have one more villager. He's going to love his life. So I want to turn you into a guy for armor because I'm tired of the iron. Iron's great. We have a farm for it now, so it makes sense but I like diamond. Diamond makes me feel more safe, and it can get us into enchanting with enchantment books, because this will get us a lot of it later. Yeah, a lot of this is honestly just for enchanted books. I was thinking about getting every kind of enchanting book, but we'll see. We'll play by ear. I also didn't kind of talk about the plans for today's episode, other than just like villagers. But I have 2 other little projects I kind of want to get started that will be like main staples through the series. I want to get a railroad started, kind of. You see, the biggest problem with Ground Zero, which is what I'm calling the flat part of the land, is that traveling outside of this thing is a nightmare because of, you guessed it, slimes. So, the best solution for now is to make a railroad. I was originally thinking about making a ice path, but the more I think about it, the more I just don't like it. Everyone makes ice paths, they're boring to me. How did you spawn? They're boring to me. So instead, I thought it would be more fun to do a railroad system. Kind of like trains. This is definitely not just because I really fuck with trains. Trains are cool, I like trains. I think the concept that we're going to do is we're going to make a lifted from the ground railroad system. That's going to be the end thing. In between, I want to clean up. So today's projects are villager, cleanup, railroads. Seems simple enough, right? I think so. We've already started with the villagers, and we'll get a bit more into it later. And we're going to do a little bit more work with it real quick, because I really want diamond. And honestly, with the state that we're in, it's not going to be that hard to finish. So, yeah, we need this thing. They suck. This isn't fun. Ah! Leave me alone. Let's just make this easy. What the fuck, game? There. Nice. So I'm using this mod called Cycle Trade, which will like let me cycle through. However, how most people are gonna do it is by breaking and replacing. That just takes so long, dude. We need so many. Look at my eyes. Look at my soul. We need too many villagers for that. Genuinely shocked that that's a thing. Male chain chest plate? Male chest plate. Why in God's fuck on the Canadian English translation, chainmail is just male? Do chains not exist in Canada? I have Canadian friends. I know that's not the case. But we got... I don't have enough emeralds. I will admit, you selling fire protection on the boots is a bit pants. But... this is nice. We're going to grindstone all of the trades, all of their enchantments off later. But for now, this is lovely. It's so nice to have some diamond right now, dude. This is great. I'm having so much fun. To be honest with you, when you start working on villagers, it is when Superflat really starts to kick off. Well, actually, no, it's when you get, wow, this is concerning. I don't need these right now. So we're gonna get rid of them. I'm gonna AFK here after this. It's when you start getting wandering travelers and they start giving you different items. That is when Superflat really starts to open, in my opinion. However, we still haven't got one, and I'm about to cry openly. Give me pants. This is the worst part about villager trading. It's just the waiting. I just wait. Section 2 on the chest plate is actually quite nice. I need just a little bit more. There we go. Our first full set diamond armor. This is nice. I feel safe. I feel comfortable. I feel cozy. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Who's an adult? And look who's still in their little chamber of love. So now what I'm gonna do is get one of these tables. I do think, yeah, I kind of low-key want mending. However, I think food would be better for now. Yeah, we're gonna take some time to get food set up, because the farm's nice, but it ain't a permanent solution. I thought that wasn't rendered. I was originally going to do all of this off camera because I just see it as busy work. But the more I thought about it, the more I was like, no, this makes more sense to show on camera. Also, weirdly enough, I am low-key hoping I get as many poison potatoes as I can in the early game because I use them for filters a lot. Like sorting system filters, because not too many people are going to throw poison potatoes into a filtering system like that. And if they do, why? Just stop. So I think I'm happy to take a bit of a break from the villager area. I know that's a weird thing to do like mid progress, but I feel like I want to work over here a bit because we do need to clean up here. Now that we're getting villagers mostly started to get situated, we need to build on their homes, but that's a whatever project. That's going to take me like a few hours when we get there. I actually need to make something beforehand to make it all. We're going to build a platform off of here. It's the best way to do it. We're just going to carry it up with a different kind of flying mechanism than these bigger fans. They're going to be smaller fans that are just there to hold it up. I don't know how many of these little branch off ones I'll make, and I don't even know how long we'll stay here. Or until we start trying to work on bigger projects. I kind of have an idea for Halloween, but we also still might be getting started by then, so I am not fully sure. So I think it's time for a time lapse. I kind of just want to crack out this project real quick, do a bit of cleaning up around here, and I want to get it done. And I don't think you need to see me getting the items, but I will show you the items we need. So the materials we're gonna need, like the most of here, is going to be stone brick walls, but everything is actually pretty cheap, all things considered. I think the most like expensive thing is going to be the 2 things of lava, and I think the 10 campfires are going to be pretty pricey, but all things considered, it's not that bad of a list. And for fun, we're going to build it right here. And speaking of building it, you're just going to see me do that. So yeah, let's go. Shit, it's gonna be a little laggy for a second. Oh my god, it's true. I was AFK because it was like 1 a.m. It's 2 right now for me. And I was just AFKing, letting the iron farm run. And I saw something tell me that, oh, the One Piece is real. We finally can get hermit heads. No, not as important. What we actually need is this. Mangrove is such a good choice. I really wanted sand. I cannot leave the vicinity because he will despawn. Also, the shaders, they are not my normal shaders. They're ones I'm testing for videos. So ignore these for now. None of this is important. It's pretty shit on your end. Give me you. Give me you. That's all I needed. Why are you hiding in the trees? Give me. I didn't need false's head. Fuck. Whatever, but we have a new kind of wood. Oh, this changes so much. We have a propagule. We could now have mangroves. We can make mangrove trees. I don't have to just do oak anymore. Now I know I could also do crimson and warped, but that's a lot more dangerous than what we just got here. And honestly, really wanted spruce. Is there anything else I want? But this is great. This is great. This is what we needed. Morale boost. I added a data hack that broke it, obviously. And now that it's fixed, we now can get that. It's beautiful. That's all I needed. And yeah, I added the hermit head version of the thing because I like hermits. Hermitcraft's great. I don't have to explain myself. I wanna sneak them into builds as like fun little Easter eggs. I think it'll be sick. Also, we have a lead now. We don't really need that, but it's nice to have. That's nice. Now that we have Wandering Traders fixed, we're about to get so many upgrades. All right. Also, yeah, this is built while I'm up. I guess I'll quickly explain it. It's the same cobblestone farm, except it's 2. So now I can like alternate. You can make a machine that does it if you want, that like shifts you side to side. But when I'm using this, I'll just probably run back and forth myself. I don't think I'm gonna AFK this too often. So that's just double it. When we had it giving us exactly 5 per mine, or it would give us 5 as we went down. This one, if we have our full pickaxe upgrades, will give us 10. So that's nice. That's lovely. Okay, I'm gonna go back to sleep. I'm gonna go to sleep now and finish this tomorrow, the rest of the episode. But that's such a big win. That is like all we need. Look at it. Look at it. The chosen one. Safe to say that this is pretty much the building. Now, I've built this before we've unlocked Mangrove, and now that we do, I want to build something with it. But that means we have to get nether stuff. However, for today, I have to be a little picky choosy. You see, I need to get this video out before Thursday, or at least finish it all before Thursday, because of some IRL stuff. It's currently Tuesday. Editing takes a little bit longer than I like to admit. So we're gonna, you know, classy this up. I may build this again a few times over. This took too much time. For something that is so simple in concept, it took me a little bit too much time to get the stuff for. This is pretty much our little villager living station. Trading hall. It's not the finished one. I have a different idea for that, but this is gonna be the one we use for a very long time because villagers just unlock so much, and they're gonna be building specific. So this one, I don't fully know what I want yet. I'm sorry, I probably should do the iron trades. Yeah, I really should actually. So because of this though, that has finished our villager shit for today. In between episodes, I might build the rest of them off camera, because it's literally just the same thing I showed you. Like, this is it, but it's gonna have like a sign that says what they're selling, because like I said, this is just to get everything started. This is not my end game, so I don't care if it's a little copy pasta. So with this out of the way though, I'm pretty content for now. I'll do the logistic parts off camera. I do want to quickly, this still looks so dumb to me. Yeah, I'm gonna make these the iron traders, so all of these will be guys who can trade iron. So grindstone, and then smithing templates, because then I also get tools, and the more tools we have that we can just quickly grab and duplicate, the longer we can wait to get mending. I don't care about my items right now. Why a table that looks like it's covered in iron? Why is its preferred tool a pickaxe? Not a pickaxe? Like, why is the smithing table the best with a pick, like this? Why is it an axe? It would make more sense to be a pickaxe. It's covered in what looks like netherite or like blackstone. You don't make sense. Because I'm villagered out. We got the villagers done, the friends are done. Yeah, so this was the first thing we needed to get done. We also got the second thing done, the cleanup station. I showed y'all that in my weird like medium. There's like a weird medium part at midnight. And we got our villagers done. The last thing I wanted to do was, I wanted to start the railway system. However, I don't actually. I think just making this a villager exclusive episode is probably what I'm gonna do, because I haven't designed the railway system. So instead, I actually want to focus on this guy. No, not the mangrove. This guy. He's in a hole. That's not fair to Pluto. Pluto is our main steed, our stallion, if you will. He has been the realest. He's been a homie, and he deserves his own little home. So I think with the new mangrove wood, I want to make like a little shed thing down here for the lad, so he's not just in a hole. This feels quite disrespectful to a guy who has carried us through like most of this series so far. So yeah, I'm just gonna honestly, I think I might do some free building. Yeah, we'll see how this works. I might go into creative testing world, who knows. It is just a little shack. This is still the dumbest angle to me, but it is just a little shack. It's not supposed to be anything too crazy. I wish I had more of it. I really do, because this would make it a lot easier. You know what I could do? I need bone meal. Oh god. All right, Pluto, I'll be back. Watch the yard. That side eye was not needed. So we're here for bone blocks. We're gonna use this to bridge with for now. I am about to do something very stupid. Hold on. There is no soul sand valley around here. I was expecting there just to be one immediately, because like they're very used to spawning in like soul sand. I hate this. That is just not what I needed at all, actually. Honestly, the nether isn't that bad. A lot of it is just these like gaps and whatnot. As long as you're not like in any of the fortresses or so. Oh, I love the running animation. That's so cute. Hey, what we're looking for. The only thing that's going to be a problem in there are either the gas or the skeletons. What the fuck did I just see at the corner of my eye? Oh. No. I thought I just saw the fortress, which is what we need to get sooner rather than later. Oh, no, I did see what I saw. Oh, that's worse. Oh, shit. I cannot explore that right now. I have no good enchantments. But also, we need a netherite template. Or smithing template. Whatever the fuck they call it. The upgrade template. Because we want netherite at some point. Although, it's so expensive now to make. How did you see me? Why'd I jump over it? I need this. That is all I'm here for. I'm not touching that with a 6-foot pole, but we know it's here now, so we can if we want to later, which we probably will. This will probably be the one we raid. Dude, out of all the fucking blocks in this game, bone blocks sound so cool. It's a very nice sound. Very calming sound. There. We're done. We got our achievement. I'll put a waypoint here. You're gonna be a problem though. I know you can't break block because I don't like filling in a million damn holes. But you are still scary. For someone who doesn't have his armor, that he's gone. All right, we're going home. We got what we needed. We got enough bone blocks. This will get, ow. This, what the fuck? This will give us the amount that we need for the mangrove, or like the bone meal. Whee! Perfect. All right, we're out. That was nice. That wasn't too bad. I only shivered in my timbers a few times there. Okay, and that was a decent enough haul. God, I want to explore that, dude. Like after seeing it, I'm just like, It'd be fun. It'd be fun to go to a place we know we're not supposed to be in. Oh, and the reason we went to get bone blocks is because, yeah, they're just... You need 9 to make 1. Oh, that's cool. I'm using a resource pack that shows the tree growing state by making them bigger. I like that. That's sick. I don't like that mangroves don't naturally give you saplings. However, I understand why they wanted it to be different. And I can accept that. I'll accept that. Later, I'm going to make a fucking propagule farm. I hate manually getting it, but I really like mangrove. Also, mining mangrove without some kind of tree mod or like vein miner makes me go insane. I can't handle it. Why is it so complicated looking? What is this? You know what I mean? It's the worst. Yeah, I think that's good enough for now. And I'm gonna... Ooh, you know what would go crazy here? Tough. Yeah, and I think after we're done with Pluto's little home, because he deserves his house, I think that's pretty much... I'm gonna run out of time, to be very honest with you. Trial chambers are scary until you realize they're not in Super Flat. I was thinking about this heavily. A lot of them, with a certain kind, wear armor. But most of them don't. And if I open this, you can see they don't have helmets. What do you have anger issue? Yeah. So they don't have helmets, which means if we open that all the way up, they'll burn. Yeah. No, like genuinely you can just get rid of them by just taking off the top and just going down from there really fast. It would depend on how good your pickaxe is and if you're having a vein miner or not. You could do it in normal. Tough isn't that hard to break. The hardest thing to break in there would be copper. But honestly, you could just take the roof off of their whole establishment and they're fucked. And even the more that spawn, unless they're like the slimes, most of those are undead mobs, so they will just perish. All right, so I'm thinking I just want to give him a nice slanted roof kind of vibe. So we'll make it a little bit longer than he's been living in. And then I want to make a slab slanted roof. Add some walls as like a base. I think. Yeah, I like this. Okay, like I was saying. I want it to be... I'm really bad at making roofs like this, so I don't know why I wanted it to be like this, but I'm just feeling quirky. Because I want it to like come down every 2. And I think it'll be okay. It doesn't really overhang, but I don't really think a build like this has to overhang too much. Okay, hey Pluto, come here. Are you gonna be an idiot and like get hurt over in this far corner? Nah, he's good. Nah, he's chilling. Oh god, Pluto. Sometimes I think my building improves, and then other times I build shit like this without thinking. And then I'm like, oh, no, there's a reason I test fire for like 4 hours in creative. Do like trial by fire in creative for so long. I like this more of like the open. Listen, it ain't the best thing I've ever made, but it's good enough for what we're doing here today. A little window here, a little window here. It'll be fine. Nothing really attacks horses anyways. And then I'm gonna go grab a lantern real quick. I would have really liked to unlock more wood today other than just mangrove, but a lot of the progress I made was while I was asleep. A lot of them spawned during then. So I just had to accept that fact. I love this walk jump animation. It's so dumb. This isn't my permanent animation pack. I'm waiting for the people who made fresh animations to come out with their player pack, which hopefully is sooner rather than later. Listen, is it the best little hut I've made? Absolutely not. But is it the worst? Absolutely not. And honestly, I think it is a home fit for a Pluto. You happy, man? How are you feeling, big man? Okay, well, you know what's kind of annoying? I adore these shaders because of their sky and how it does fog and stuff. But you see that? Yeah, that's a problem. That's because I use a mod called Chunk Shade or Chunk Fade for a bit of performance. I can't prove that it improves my performance, but emotionally it does, you know? But because of that, it makes my stuff like really jittery sometimes if I'm trying to load it. Like, look, that's so bad. I can't do it for videos, but I want to do it for an outro real quick. So yeah, with that being said though, I think this is gonna wrap up today's episode. It was a bit weirder than normal because I have to rush it, so it is gonna be a bit of a shorter one. However, we still got a lot done, fixing wandering traders, getting a new kind of wood, and well, getting our villager trading up, meaning that we now have diamond armor and stuff like that. Next episode, I might work on the train, I might not. We'll see. The train's complicated because it isn't just gonna be a one design. I have to have a reason for it to go somewhere, so I can't just like do it, you know? But yeah, with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. And I'll just, you know, see y'all next time. Peace, nerds.